Over the past 8 years, work has been undertaken to commemorate the much-lamented Wisbech to Upwell Tramline. The Wisbech to Upwell Tramway opened as an experiment in 1883 and was extended to Upwell in 1884. At its peak, 6 trams a day in each direction provided passenger and, most importantly, freight services for local produce to Wisbech and then, via the main railway link, to larger towns and cities. Competition from the Upwell Omnibus Company, started by Charles Robb in 1920, eventually ended passenger services in 1927. However, the freight service continued until 1966, when it was cut as part of the Beeching Acts. The final tram journey took place on the 20th of May 1966. A series of mementos have been produced and installed at various points along the route, which can be found in both the counties of Cambridgeshire and Norfolk at Upwell, Townley Close, Outwell, Outwell Basin, Emneth, Boyce's Bridge, Elm, outside B&Q, culminating in the 6th memento, which marks the northern end of the track's route that extended from the Wisbech East Station south through Elm, Emneth and Outwell before terminating at Upwell. On Saturday 9th of November, Graham Seaton, Welle Creek Trust Chairman, provided an introduction and praised the efforts and support of a number of establishments that have assisted in the creation and installation of the mementos, including a number of local councils and companies, SDM Fabrications, Cousins of Emneth, Icon Engineering and many volunteers and funders. And of course local historian Bill Smith, the driving force behind the project, and commenting that without Bill this project would not have happened.
And Bill, can you come here now? I hadn't planned to say anything, but what I'd like to do is to focus on the people who helped on the way. The guy who gave me a £10 note in the middle of the Wisbech, and I didn't even know where he lived. I worked with him a little while, and he insisted that I have it. And it's guys like my neighbour watching television, and I've gone round and said, give us a hand, I need to turn this or do this, and they all come and give you a hand. It's amazing how people will help you if you ask them, you know. And if the local authorities make things a little bit easier, I'm sure we could get a heck of a lot more of these sort of things done. But what I'd like to do is to ensure that those who did help, their help has been very much appreciated.
Hi everyone, just to echo what Bill said, thank you to everyone involved. And like Bill said, this wouldn't have been possible without people actually participating and getting involved. So without taking too much of your time, I would like to ask Bill to join me as we officially unveil the memento. Thank you. Yeah, got it.
The tramway is not only of importance to those from the Fens and railway enthusiasts, but also to the millions of fans of Thomas the Tank Engine, the creation of Reverend Wilbert Audrey, who was the vicar of the nearby village of Emneth between 1953 and 1965. Storybook characters Toby the Tram Engine and his coach Henrietta, and Mavis the Drury diesel tram were all based on rolling stock used on the Wisbech to Upwell tramway.
Oh, it is double-sided. I didn't realise.
Many of those in the crowd had fond memories of the tram, including Deputy Mayor Nigel Ekins.
My memories of railways and things is when I lived down Ramneth Road as a child of probably 7, maybe 8, remembering the trains coming down the line at the bottom of the garden, and they were I've just seen photos of them, which is brilliant, and they looked like a shed. Yes. On a train base. Yeah, absolutely. And they just looked like sheds. And me and my brother would hear them, when we were playing in the garden, run down, jump up the fence, and then wave to the train driver. And they'd always used to wave back and whatever. Sort of other memories. My mum used to live in Emneth. She worked at the post office, and she said she remembers biking really quickly because she knew at a certain time the gates closed. Oh yeah. And she used to bike like mad to get across the road because if the gate's closed, she'd be late for work.
Support from local councillors was instrumental in the success of the project, and in particular the help from County Councillor Chris Dawson.
I'm the County Councillor for Marshall and South Division, and I got involved in this project, goodness me, probably 18 months or so ago, working and supporting Bill, primarily with the Emneth Memento, which he was having problems with in terms of getting planning permission. As it turned out, we needed an alternative approach to it, which I was able to bring to the table, and obviously Bill and everyone were very grateful for, and we got that delivered. I was really taken by Bill's enthusiasm and energy and ambition for the whole project, and so therefore he kind of drew me in, as I'm sure he drew lots of other people in. And I just really wanted to see the guy succeed for his energy, and so being supportive in other ways in the background, right up to the glasses of bubbly we've had today, which you can probably tell I've enjoyed.
Nigel Blake, whose grandfather Fred Blake was foreman for many years at the Elm Bridge depot.
As a child, I used to stay with my grandparents during the 1950s, and from the ages of 8, 9, 10, I used to get on the Eastern Counties bus, go down to Elm Bridge and spend the afternoon with my granddad. And I took this photo in about 1960, and that's him in his garden in Ramneth Road. And so I'm very pleased to have made contact with Bill and been supportive of this project, and Grandad is now on boards number 4 and 5, celebrating his work.
So did you actually go on to the tram? Do you
No, there's a story about that. There was one afternoon when the tram drivers at Elm Bridge said to Grandad, Nigel can come and spend the afternoon at the other end of the line, and Grandad wouldn't let me go because I might hear some bad language.
Other onlookers who were there to witness the unveiling were also keen to share their memories.
My name is Henry, and I used to work at the garage, which used to be called Murkett Brothers, where Morrison got a filling station now. And I remember the day that the train was the last journey coming by. That was his last journey, and that was the end of the railway then.
So were people there? Did people come and watch?
No, well, there was stuff of people take photographs and things like that, you see, but but I remember the actual day. It's a shame really, but that happens. That's progress.
For Andrew Elvin, part of the track ran through what is now his garden, adjacent to the final Memento location.
When I was a small boy, I was always scared that the tram would go into our field. So on a Saturday morning, Mr.
Harry?
No.
Charlie
ran and said, I'll cure the old boy. He stopped in the middle of the road, and my father pushed me into the cab of the tram and took me down at Upwell. And that cured me.
Did you enjoy the ride?
I did do, yes. I blew the horn as well.
Did you?
Yeah, that's it, yeah. It certainly cured me. Yeah.
So after that, the curiosity was...
Yeah, that's it. I moved here in 1953, so I've got good memories of the actual signal box and the tram and what have you. Oh yeah.
And what's left of it now? Because you've got the property.
Well, it's just the actual access to the railway there, the gate is. This was the main line to Ekins into Wisbech.
So this is on your property?
Well, it is. It's a shared access, but the property's behind the fence.
Right. Okay.
And the embankment there was where the bridge was, so it cleared the old canal.
The canal was there.
Yeah.
Of course.
So they built the road up to go over the canal. If you come down to our house now, I'll show you where the actual harbour line branched off, or the tramway branched off. Tramway came off the main line at the corner of the field.
Right.
The station was about half a mile down the track, the East Station. And they had 2 buildings which actually housed the trams. The signal box in my play area, because a Sam Kidd at the gatehouse We used to go up to the signal box and pull the levers and what have you. Well, we had a marvellous childhood. This is the site of the actual gatehouse.
Ah.
The tramway came through there.
Right.
It followed this sort of low ground. I passed that tree, across the road.
And I remember the gates. I do remember the gates.
Did you?
Yeah, because the double-decker always used to have to stop.
That's it, yeah.
And this was the gatehouse here.
Yeah. This is the site of the gatehouse. As I said, it's a shame it was pulled down, but that's progress, I suppose.
Right. Well, it's good to get a feel for how things were.
It certainly is.
Thank you.
Lovely job. Yeah.
After approximately 8 years, thanks to the enthusiasm, time, effort and perseverance of local historian Bill Smith, a part of what was the Fendon landscape for over 70 years has been retraced and recorded to preserve its heritage. Despite the fact that evidence of this unique service with its special rolling stock and method of operation has long since disappeared, it has been possible to recreate visual representations with key waymarkers positioned at various points along the route. On each information board there is a selection of photographs, drawings and historical detail about each location as the line crosses county boundaries, starting at the branch line at Elm Road Crossing in Wisbech, near to the East Station, and culminating at the terminus and rail yard at Upwell. Changes over the years for this location has seen a shift from being the home of one important rural community service, now replaced by another, the Upwell Community Health Centre and Pharmacy. Join us as we take you on a journey through the rural communities it served along its route. Why not pay us a visit and experience the Upwell to Wisbech tramway?
If you wish to learn more about the history of the Wisbech to Upwell tram line and the local area, visit the website of the Welle Creek Trust at www.wellecreektrust.org.uk. Additionally, there is a series of books written and published by local historian Bill Smith which can be purchased via Welle Creek Trust or direct from Bill Smith. Do also check out the videos of the remaining Memento installations on this website.